of the human hand have had powerful appeal throughout the ages. In Pechmerle, France, a cave painting of horses circa 20,000 BC is silhouetted with human hands, which scholars believe may have been painted by a shaman to induce magic within the hunting culture. In Catalhuyuk, Turkey, excavations have revealed frescoed walls with rows of hands from 7,000 BC. Similar prehistoric hand imagery has been found painted on rocks in Wadi Sera, Libya, and in the Domboshawa region of Zimbabwe. In the Punic era, from 250 BC, Carthaginian funeral stelae incorporated carved stone hands as symbols of the goddess Tanit. In addition, cave paintings and carvings of hands have been found in Algeria, dating from 3000 BC. In ancient Egypt, the hand was a symbol of fortitude and power. Tomb paintings in Tel el-Amarna depict the pharaoh Akhenaten and his queen Nefertiti receiving hands radiating power from Aton, the sun god. Pharaonic Egyptians also had faience amulets in the shape of small hands, and hand shapes are part of the representation in hieroglyphics as well. Anasazi petroglyphs found in New Mexico depict hand-shaped talismans in this pre-Pueblo culture around AD 900 to 1200. A 3-inch terracotta gorget from the Mound Builders, a pre-Columbian culture found in Alabama, depicts a solar symbol above a hand with a central eye motif, and you will have noticed a number of hands with that motif when you go back out. Also found at Moundville is a pre-Columbian stone plate in which the eye and hand motif has been carved, surrounded by 2 snakes. In Illinois, Indiana, a similar culture existed with life-sized hand-shaped pendants made of mother of pearl. Other Indian cultures using hand imagery include the Toltec mound builders from the Mississippi Valley around 700 to 950 AD, and the Navajo, whose Naja with healing hands silver pendant originates in silver horse brasses brought to the Southwest by the Spanish from their Moorish culture in the 16th century. More than a way to mark man's passage, the image of the hand has long been linked with prophylactic magic. Gesturing to proclaim, to protect, to ward off evil, to give blessings or comfort is culturally universal. From this, it is only one step from the literal depiction of the hand to symbolically associating it with desired outcomes or philosophies. Hand as amulet imagery arose in many cultures: ancient Egyptian, Phoenician, Roman, Nubian, Berber, and Arab, as well as Christian and Jewish. As trade, travel, and war spread iconography from one culture to another, similar imagery took on special meaning particular to each new locale. During the Roman period, the hand appears in mosaics, often abstracted as a triangle, symbol of the female, and associated with the fish or serpent, symbol of the male. The Roman numeral 5 in the V form references this triangle hand, sometimes written as the 5 with 5 vertical lines, such as this, to symbolize the 5 fingers. Berbers and Arabs adopted this symbol, to which they were exposed because of the proliferation of Roman mosaics in the Roman territories of North Africa and beyond. They subsequently imbued it with a richness of meaning drawn from their own religious and cultural beliefs. For example, from its association with the number 5 came the symbolic amulet Hamsa, Arabic for 5, associated with the 5 fingers of the hand, the 5 tenets of Islam, the 5 letters of the name of God, Allah, the letter forms of which seem to be spelled out on an open hand. Later, the hand itself took on the symbolic meaning and became an amulet known as the Hand of Fatima, after the daughter of the Prophet Muhammad by his first wife Khadijah, esteemed for her virtues. The particular association with Fatima derives, scholars speculate, from its association with Venus, Roman, and later Mary, Christendom. The hand amulet protects and wards off the evil eye, Ain al-Hasad, the eye of envy. It appears in many forms throughout the Arab and Islamic world, augmenting its protective powers with the addition of inscriptions, stones, especially blue stones, which symbolize the eye of the other, said to repel the evil eye, and animal figures, such as birds, lizards, salamanders, and bees. The eye and hand amulet appears everywhere from the prehistoric to present-day Nepal, Tibet, India, the Middle East, Africa, and the Americas. Algerian tribal hands, as well as those from Mauritania, often have elaborate enameling. In Morocco, hand amulets appear in many forms, including right-handed and symmetrical, as well as in the realistically shaped main citadin. Other symbolic forms in Morocco include an abstracted version with a sun or moon shape in the palm, surrounded by 5 semicircular forms, a style from the High Atlas region in the shape of an arched doorway with 2 key-shaped cutouts and hands protruding from the sides. All of those are outside. And the main triboulet foulée Hamsa, a squat, rounded-off, cruciform shape with 5 design elements. Similar abstractions of the number 5 appear in Mauritania, called skimasa, and in India. Larger amulets are often incised or have added on hinges, especially on large khamsa called luha, which means small board, which are often hung in homes or as door knockers. Protection and adornment go hand in hand, as it were, in the tradition of painting the hands of the bride with henna. Whether painted with black henna, as in sub-Saharan Africa, or with brown or red, as in Islamic countries and India, the bride's hands, palms, sometimes just the fingertips, are dabbed with color or painted with elaborate patterns during special pre-wedding ceremonies. In many cultures, a ceremonial showing of the bride's hands is part of the wedding ceremony, said by some scholars to be linked to images of ancient goddess, such as the goddess Tanit, who is figured with her hands in a position such as this, which is the exact position that Tunisian brides use when they are displayed to their public. The symbol appears as well on textiles, especially in Tunisia, where it is woven into Berber kilims and is embroidered onto both rural and urban wedding garments, often placed strategically near points of particular vulnerability to evil spirits, such as the head or guarding the bride's virginity. And you'll see that in several of the garments that are there. Hands, often associated with fish in the masculine-feminine dichotomy, made of felt or embroidered with colorful sequins, are found in the wedding souks to be hung as talismans for the bride and groom. Some controversial research has shown Anatolian kilim rugs bearing hand imagery linked to the ancient hands and goddess figures of Catalhoyuk. These comb-like forms probably also influenced the hand imagery found on Berber rugs, especially in Tunisia, where Ottoman troops were garrisoned across the desert, bringing with them the Turkish rugs that were adapted by the Berbers and urban rug weavers as well. Today, Anatolian knitters create tiny hands to embellish textiles and to be worn as talismans for children and animals, each decorated with a glass evil eye bead for additional power. In sub-Saharan Africa, hand imagery appears in indigo starch-resist Adiri cottons from Nigeria, woven strip Adunadu wraps from Ghana, and wax prints produced by the Harlem Cotton Company in the early 1900s for the East African market. Indian block prints and Indonesian wax resists, being the antecedents of these textiles, also bear abstracted hand imagery, such as from printing blocks. Incorporated into architecture, the Hamsa can be seen carved into the keystone of a doorway in the Alhambra in Granada, Spain, pressed into cement or plaster to protect new construction sites in Tunisia, painted on houses from Jerusalem to Nubian Upper Egypt as signs of completing the Hajj pilgrimage, for example, for the Muslims, cast in metal as finials for processions or on rooftops, used as door knockers in the Maghreb and the Mediterranean. Often the hand is clutching a pomegranate, a symbol of fertility. In Portugal, in the Sahel Desert of Mali, there is even a mountainous rock formation known as the Hand of Fatima. The hand is seen everywhere in the Islamic world, dangling from the rearview mirrors of taxis, painted on trucks in Pakistan and Turkey, hanging above shop doorways and the walls of homes from India to Nubia. In North Africa, it is found above baby cribs and carved into wooden trousseau chests. Similar iconography is found in non-Islamic cultures. The hand figures in the Hebrew Kabbalah as the Hamsa or Hamesh, 5, often inscribed in Hebrew with the words tu, 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 an onomatopoeia for the sound of spitting 3 times to drive away the evil eye. The talisman is said to bring good luck and to commemorate the virtues of Miriam, the sister of Moses and Aaron. The yad, hand, is used as a place marker for reading the Torah, and a similar hand-shaped place marker with a pointed finger is used for Quran readings as well. Hindu and Buddhist cultures incorporated multiple meanings into the hand positions used on their respective statues of gods and Buddha. On standing Buddha images, for example, the left hand is held palm up, granting desires and bestowing blessings, dana, while an upright hand takes away fear. The other positions include earth-touching, meditation, debate, and teaching. The hand appears both as talisman and symbol in Eastern cultures. In Thailand, protective amulets with hands covering all the bodily orifices are carried in pockets for protection from marauding spirits. And there is a tiny one in the glass case, and there's a little magnifying glass in front of it, so you can see the hand imagery. It's very, very small, and it's meant to be carried in a pocket. In China, the 5 fingers of the hand symbolize the elements air, fire, earth, water, and energy. And small jade hand amulets are worn or carried, the jade stone offering further protection and luck. In India, the ancient practice of suti, in which a man's wife kills herself upon the death of her husband, is memorialized in stone at the gate of the Mehergana fort in Jodhpur. As each woman passed through the gate on the way to immolation on her husband's funeral pyre, each left a hennaed palm print on the wall. These would then be carved into the stone and anointed with red dye and silver leaf to mark her achievement of redemption for herself and her husband. And there is an image of that on the wall in the back. Indian amulets, such as those from Tamil Nadu, have tribal origins and certain stylistic similarities with those from Nepal and Tibet, with eye in hand and solar symbols. European Mediterranean cultures use a symbol of the 1st and 4th fingers of the hand outstretched to bedevil the devil and pierce the evil eye, the malocchio. And small charms of this form are also called mano cornuto, are sold in jewelry shops. Romans and Etruscans had a form of this hand called a figa, similar to that found today in Italy and Latin America. In Latin America, the figa, or fico, is a hand symbol with the thumb tucked between the 1st and 2nd fingers, and we have 2 of them outside, often worn by children as an amulet in ebony, jet, or crystal, with a bit of coral, all as protection against the evil eye. In Peru, the mano poderosa, powerful hand of God, is found as charms and package amulets and on votive candles. Mexican Milagros are small symbols in metal or silver that are attached to pictures or statues of religious figures in supplication or gratitude for answered prayers. Metal hands are popular milagros, often appearing in painted versions as part of the Tree of Life symbols found in Mexican homes and at festivals. The wearing of wedding rings, a Western Christian custom, links the hand to the heart by the 3rd finger of the right hand, the veins of which are said to connect directly to the heart. This hand-heart imagery appears worldwide in ornaments, talismans, and household objects, usually in the form of hands holding hearts in the fingers or palm, from Asia through the Middle East to Latin America and North America. Other Christian hand symbolism, such as swearing an oath with an upraised hand or placing one hand on the Bible, are customs actually originating in Asia. The hand's connection with the occult originated in Far and Middle Eastern history. Palmists display a porcelain hand outside their stalls, delineating the lines they read to predict events in the lives of their clients. Palmistry, also known as chirology, is an ancient art referred to in Vedic and Sumeric scripts. Legend has it that Aristotle sent an Arabic treatise on reading the hand to Alexander the Great. Sanskrit writings refer to Samdrukhastra, interpreting lucky marks of the hand. Tarot cards, derived from the ancient Egyptian Book of Thoth, have hand iconography in each of their suits, symbolizing power, abundance, and happiness. One of the symbols in the major arcana of the tarot is the Hierophant, often depicted with a hand symbol on the cards and associated with the number 5, that famous Hamsa associated with so many traditions from the Roman onward. In both the tarot and the Kabbalah it is found. The tarot is also linked to the ancient Kabbalah, in which the 22 letters of the Hebrew alphabet correspond to certain universal elements. The preparation of talismans based on Kabbalistic systems has influenced other groups, such as the Freemasons. Western art and craft has made ample use of the hand symbol, often pairing it with a heart to indicate love and willingness to work. The Irish claddagh love trinket, in which a hand holds a heart, is linked to ancient Celtic lore, probably from similar Roman influences. American quilts and folk art, especially among the Amish and the Shakers, feature the hand and heart motif. The hand and heart design appears carved or painted on everything from barns to benches to love spoons, as well as worn as jewelry. Cookies baked with that design were said to be love tokens. National commemorative flags feature hands, such as the red hand of the Algerian liberation flag, later a green flag. The Lebanese Jumlatian flag features a hand holding a sword, while the hand holding a rose is found on the flag of the Russian Social Democrats. In the 1930s through the 1950s, the hand was a popular accessory motif. Famously designed as a pin by Coco Chanel, the hand with ring design alluded to luxury and love. Similar to the door knockers of the Mediterranean basin, the bejeweled hand appeared in Art Deco bakelite jewelry, pins, sweater holders, and decorative objects, even soap. Hands do indeed cross cultures. The ubiquity and similarity of hand imagery around the world and across the centuries speaks a universal language. Thank you.